Hi, today is September 9th, the day after my surgery for my melanoma skin cancer. And I am happy to announce that I had clear margins. They got it all. So if you don't know what Mohs surgery is, they go in and they scoop as much tissue as they skin and tissue they can while trying to preserve as much as they can. And then they freeze it, slice it thin, and dye it and check for cancer cells. And if there's still cancer cells, they'll go in and they'll scoop some more. And what you want is one and done. You want one scoop, that's it. It's not like ice cream where you want multiple scoops. You want is one scoop. So I went in at 8 a.m. and I left at 11. And the longest part is waiting. The actual scooping is easy. And the sewing me up was really easy. They just numbed the area really good. And I was awake the whole time. But you sit there for a long time waiting for them to make sure and check every single slide and make sure there's nothing and that they have clear margins. So when they came in and told me I had clear margins, I was like, cool, one and done. That's how I like it. And that's how this one was on my temple. This was a one and done also. So I like that. I'm really, really grateful though that I was awake because when they took the bandage off to sew me up, I got to check it out. And it was scary looking. They went really, really deep. I called Roy over. I said, "Take a picture," and the doctor's like, "Don't look." I'm like, no, this is cool. I could see all my fat cells, and um, yeah, they went. I don't. I'll get the actual measurements, but if you imagine, to your knuckle, this much of your finger, it looks like it was that deep. It looked to me like it was almost to the bone. Of course, it's not a very big area, so or a very deep area there, but it was cool, and, it's a very, very big incision to sew me up and everything, but it's that part's done, all good, and I did ask him what the chances are, that this has actually been malignant, um the 10 plus years I've had it, and he said, we don't know, but he goes, "There's a good chance that it just turned, that it was fine all along and that it just turned," and I said, "Because I've had other doctors look at it and they never thought it was anything." And my dermatologist was in the room. She came in to see me before the surgery and check it out. And she said, it didn't really look like anything either till I put my little, I don't know what it's called. It's got a little light and a little like magnifier on it. And she goes, then it looked funky. And I'm like, okay, that's great. So there's a chance that it only recently became malignant and you know, caught it in time again. No, why not? I've been very fortunate with each of my cancers that they've been caught early. And, I've had lots of skin cancers. They've always been caught early. But, kind of the funny thing is that I kind of quit paying attention to my skin. And I have, I shouldn't do that because I have been a licensed esthetician for a long time. And I know about skin cancers. My mom had lots of them. She had a friend who died of melanoma skin cancer when I was in my early teens. So the skin cancer was something that has been a big part of my life. But this didn't look like skin cancer to me, just like this one didn't. This one just looked like a zit. This just looked like a sunspot. I'm getting old. You get ugly brown spots on your skin. And that's all this looked like to me. Even though it was really big, it didn't look like anything that needed to be watched closely. But turns out it did. So I feel good. As you can see, I'm moving my arm around. I'm not on any painkillers. They didn't even offer any, which is bummer, but no, I'm joking. They said take Tylenol if you need it, but I haven't needed it. It about 5 o'clock last night, I started to feel little twinges as it was coming back to life. The numbing was wearing off, and it's nothing. I keep elevating my arm, and big deal. A little bit of discomfort. I'm careful not to do anything too strenuous because they say not to. No exercising and no weightlifting or anything. And I noticed that just this morning lifting my coffee cup was a little bit more than I wanted, so I just switched hands. So no big deal. So now the next step in this journey is the all the testing and check my lungs and there's a whole bunch. I got to see a radiologist and all of that to make sure it hasn't spread. And of course, because I have thyroid cancer and I'm living with my thyroid cancer, they want to make sure there's no complications and all that. And I'm fine with that. I am fine with that now. Let me back up because I wasn't fine with that as of yesterday. I actually had decided that I was not going to go through with any further testing, that I didn't want to know that, I'm perfectly fine. I'm not going to let them do radiation, chemo, any of that stuff. I just want to live my life. And if it's spread, I'm good. You can get hit by a car tomorrow. So, I mean, you never know. And I'd rather not know. And my daughter said to me that, ugh, my daughter made sense. I hate to say that, but she made sense. And she said, "What if you had something that was super easy to fix, but you decided to not do the test and you didn't get it fixed, and 5 years down the road, somehow you find out that it's too late to fix it, and you could have easily taken care of it now." And I said, "That does make sense. Okay." So I'm going to do all the further testing, but I'm going to put a lot of it on hold because I don't want to do anything with radiation with an open wound. It's a big open wound, and I'm going to let my body heal. I'm going to take a little time, and I can step back from this a little bit and get on with my life because this has kind of been consuming it lately. And I want my body to have the time to heal. I'm doing my big juices every day. I'm drinking lots of carrot juice and, well, carrots and apples and ginger and eating whole food plant-based. And although yesterday after my surgery, I had vegan ice cream and I know better than that. It's just fat and sugar, but I wanted it, so I had it. So, I don't think it won't be what kills me, but, it's not great for healing my body. It healed my soul, but it's not gonna heal my body. But I'm gonna be very conscious about making sure that I drink tons of juice and eat tons of greens and give my body everything it needs to heal, because that's my goal right now, and try not to do anything that might hinder that. So that's where I am now, and I'm perfectly happy with my decisions. I feel good. I am glad that I went ahead and had it cut out. There was that little period that I was thinking, yeah, screw it, I'm not going to have it cut out. But yeah, I got it done. It's all done. So now my next step will be to make arrangements to go to True North Health Center. I'm going to go there and try to do a 30-day water fast. And I feel very strongly that that'll help clean out my system. There's so much about water fasting. And if you've never looked at True North Health Center and water fasting, take this time to learn about it because it's a great way to help heal your body. And they have a really, really successful record. And I have done water fasts at home, and I've done as much as 10 days by myself, but I built myself up to it. And I don't recommend anybody do 10 days at home by themselves if they're not used to the effects that it can have. But I am decided that I just have a little too much cancer in my life right now, that I want to see if I can't clean my system out. So that's my goal. So I'm going to try to get everything arranged to go to True North, and I will record while I'm there so that anybody following this can see what I go through and laugh if they want to. And other than that, I am going to continue doing my videos, my Clueless in the Kitchen videos, and my Food for Life courses, and my coaching. I'm back on my coaching now, which feels really good. You're going to be seeing a lot of me here in the next couple of months. And I'm doing graduated from the Food Revolution Network program as a plant-based coach, and I'm participating in some of their events. And I'm just going to go on with my life. But I will give you updates as I do the different tests so you know what I'm doing and what they're like, and share with you what's going on. So I hope that whoever in the future watches this, if they're going through melanoma, they get to see that anytime they tell you you've got cancer, it's not necessarily a complete death sentence like it makes you feel like. And the Mohs procedure is great. And I will try to put the pictures of my arm on here. I don't really know how to do that, but I'm learning. And so if you don't like gory, don't look at the end. And other than that, If you have any questions about the Mohs procedure or any of the things I'm doing, feel free to reach out. I'd love to talk to anyone about it, but it's all good. I'm done. One and done. Yay. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.